Lobster, you got it back yet? Lobster's a 10 out, don't you grab it? Welcome to Lobster Magnet and Friends. I'm here with my two Quaker parrots, Captain Crunch and Lucky. Lucky, I am bird sitting, and I'm very happy to just have these two birds. They're just this is my happy zone. I love birds. Birds are great. Captain Crunch is being really noisy, but we are here to talk about My Hero Chapter 180, and this was a really good chapter. I like completely gone from like not really liking the gentle criminal arc, but to absolutely kind of loving it. And I think it sort of went in a direction. One second. I'm going to go give this guy a bath. Okay, so now we have Captain Crunch, who has been bathed. He's a wet Quaker parrot. Very moist Quaker parrot. And I have Lucky here, and we are here to talk about My Hero Academia, chapter 180. So, as I was saying before I bathed Captain Crunch, oh, you're giving me like little scritches, and I love it. I love my little birdie babies just hanging out on my shoulder, pooping on me, destroying my shirt. This is from Lucky. Lucky destroyed my post office shirt, so maybe that's for the best. I agree with that. For the best. Oh, you want to go over there now, Captain? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? You don't want to talk about my hero? You're gonna be like a little stubborn bird? Well, okay. You know what? I've got this Quaker parrot. This is the good Quaker parrot. So I'm gonna like be over here. We're gonna talk about My Hero Academia with Lucky, and you are gonna go stay over there. Okay? So Lucky, did you enjoy this episode of My Hero Academia? Yes, it was very effective. So what made this chapter so well is that we get to see that, like, the counterpoint of Izuku following his dreams, which is the fact that every time he defeats a villain, he is crushing other people's dreams. And that is what I love the most about this chapter, is that, like, I still think that Gentle's going to get some sort of redemption arc. And I thought Izuku was going to, like, find some sort of way to, like, get him in UA. But what really took me by surprise was, Midoriya, basically, like, or the pro heroes coming in. Oh, are you coming back, Captain? You want to talk about the pro heroes? So My Hero, basically what we have is like the pro heroes of Ectoplasm and the dog guy, and they're like on the move to like come and capture Gentil, and Gentil's completely screwed. And this is a big development for Midoriya, since this is like the first big fight he's won without like having to destroy his body and being fully intact, because those gloves are freaking great. They're an amazing power up. But in the process, he's basically crushed someone else's dream. That, we've learned that, like, Gentil was just an average guy who just had ambitions of being someone great. He found out that the hero world wouldn't accept him, so he decided to do, in a villain. The most incompetent, low-stakes villain ever, but still a villain. And he came to the ultimate realization that, his dream was just going to be failing. And it was really heartbreaking. Oh my god, this is going to be so good in the anime when, La Brava is just crying her heart out. It's like, I can't, Gentle, don't leave me, La Brava. And he's just trying to, like, make the best of the situation. It's funny. Like, I don't think there's much crossover, but, like, between fans of Uber and fans of My Hero Academia, but maybe on this channel, you guys will. But it reminded me very much of Gentil's, like, desperation. Reminded me of the HMH Dunkirk in chapter 26 in the Battle of Caius, where, poor HMH Dunkirk, Howard, has to make two impossible decisions. He has to choose whether... Captain, are you just going to be noisy? He has to decide... He basically has to decide what to do in a completely fucked situation. He has to either try and, like, take out a battleship single-handedly to stop Leah from being hit by artillery fire, and he tries to get, enough people to do that, but the Nazis are, like, too well prepared. So then he has to rush back to Leah, and he makes the best of a bad decision, which is to, like, minimize the Allies' loss. And, his like, final heroic gesture is to throw Leah Cohen Captain Crunch, you are so goddamn loud. He throws Leah Cohen, into the river, and he saves her, which, saves the ally, a crippled, disabled battleship, but a battleship nonetheless. And, as we saw with Patton, Leah still is useful. She still was able to save the day in her own way. So in a way, this is Gentile, trying to, he sees that the situation is ultimately lost, that he's not going to be able to, get into UA. So at the very least, he wants to save La Brava and do the best he can to, not have her be locked away for life. So it becomes this really touching, really emotional scene where La Brava is, seeing the dream get crushed down while Gentile gets crushed down, and the pro-heroes are like this oppressive force that are basically stomping on these poor people who are outcasts of society, that they will never, ever be able to fit in, and they are just demolishing their dream, and it is the saddest, most bittersweet moment, and it'll probably serve as the biggest lesson to Deku in terms of how he can surpass All Might. That for every hero or every villain that is defeated and smashed to the ground, that he is basically killing someone's dream, that he is demolishing someone's hopes and ambitions, and not all of them are necessarily bad people. And, that's how we get the sort of, oppressive system in the superhuman society, which, you could say is comparable to, elements of our society, in vague ways. And, in some ways, his role of a hero is just to kill other people's dreams. And that's the sort of depressing reality he comes to. And it's really, really kind of sad. And I thought he was, and I'm curious to see if Deku finds some way, but it looks like Gentile's just going to be forced to go to prison. And, basically, be forgotten. But he's going to teach Deku a good lesson. I'm still hoping that Deku, somehow gets Gentile let off the hook and he gets him to achieve his dream. But it looks like that's not going to happen. What I was planning to do was, maybe next week if I have time, to do one final video before My Hero Month is over about Gentile the Gentle Criminal, and basically talk about what I think Horikoshi is going to do with his arc in terms of but it does look like we're still getting that overall lesson that Deku's learning, that that his role as a hero is ultimately to beat up the downtrodden and people who want to fit in and crush their dreams and ambitions. And that, if he's going to be a better hero than All Might, then he needs to figure out a way that he can do that without helping people and thus making the world a better place. And that's how he's going to surpass him. I'm calling it now. That's going to be the big lesson he takes away from his arc, and it's going to be huge instrumental in terms of how he becomes the greatest hero. That he just doesn't beat up people, but he finds a way to use talk no jutsu to understand them and find a way to, make them more helpful and useful people in society. And that's what's going to make him better than All Might, who just literally beats the shit out of people. So, I like this chapter a lot. I thought it was a surprisingly tragic end to what has become a very meaningful story. I'd give this a 9 out of 10. It was a really good chapter of My Hero Academia. And, I'm impressed that Horikoshi's been able to engender Gentile, the Gentle Criminal, with as much pathos as he's been able to. Because, he's a pretty dumb villain. And, that's dumb by design. But, I found him to be one of my favorite characters. Because his failure reflects in my failures. Because, what should I be doing? I should be, in an apartment or a house with my, either long-term wife, going to make the kid pancakes, but I am sitting here reviewing anime manga cartoons with two parrots who are pooping on my shoulder for emotional fulfillment. So, in many ways, I can very much relate to the failure that is Gentile the Gentle Criminal, as someone with great ambitions who was never able to realize those ambitions. So, to me, that makes him one of the most sympathetic characters in the show ever, even if his, backstory isn't super well written compared to other shonen backstories that we've seen before. And, just like Gentile is just trying to be cool with this little midget dwarf girl, I am trying to be cool with these two crazy psychotic birds that are standing on my shoulders and just, hanging out. And, you know, that struggle is something I can relate to. Captain Crunch, you should use Lucky as an example and regrow your feathers, right? Look how good Lucky looks. This is a good bird. This is a good, healthy bird. Captain Crunch, you like, maybe I need to get you new toys. Maybe we need to do some spring cleaning and, like, you know, clean out your cage. But Captain Crunch, you are not in great shape. You need to follow this. You need to be more like this. That is a good bird. Come on. No, you don't want to appear. So anyway, you know, it was a really good chapter of My Hero. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let me know if you're enjoying Lucky. She's only going to be here for a week unless I birdsit her again. But I'm really lucky. You were a good bird. You were a good bird. You remind me of Captain Crunch before you became the bitter, you know, chunk of a bird who nobody likes. So, all right. Thank you for having whatchamacallit. Thank you for hanging out with me and having a good time. And, you know, remember, lobsters and tennis, but don't you grab it.